Hi everyone, I'm Tiffany Benson, one part of Team Benson, and today we are talking victory gardens. In fact, victory gardens for small spaces because everybody needs a victory garden. So with everything that's been going on, I've been hearing the term a lot, victory garden, and I was really intrigued because I like empowering words, and I feel like victory is one of those words where you hear it and you're like, yeah, like that's me. So I looked it up, and it was due to back in the day when there was a food shortage, people were encouraged to grow victory gardens, which were gardens in their backyards or their front yards or their side yards, basically something to feed their families. So I thought, why not make a video on growing a victory garden, since I feel like in today's times with everything going on, everybody needs to grow themselves a victory garden. But I want to talk about growing it in a small space. So let's start with 5 tips to growing yourself a small space victory garden. Alright, tip number 1, use a trellis. So in my garden I have trellises that go along the walls like this, and then I also have trellises that are arches, like the big ones, and then my patio arch too as well. But using trellises allows you to grow vertically, so it gives you more room in your garden so that you can pack a whole bunch of stuff underneath the trellis or to the side of the trellis and being able to grow large plants. So tip number 1, use a trellis. Tip number 2, plant yourself some herbs. Herbs are one of the most expensive things in a grocery store. Like a little bitty pack of herbs will cost you like $2, and you get like 2 sprigs of the herb. And once you use it, you're gonna need it again, and need it again, and need it again. Or if you try and refrigerate it, you literally have to be using the herb back-to-back dinners or back-to-back meals in order to preserve the herb, because usually when you get them in the grocery store, they've been sitting there for so long. So I have a bunch of herbs right here. This is my little small space kitchen garden. It has all the herbs that I use basically on a daily basis right here. So plant yourself some herbs. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, grow a couple things that you can use over time, over and over again. Things like lettuce, which I have right here, and Swiss chard, and also my spinach right here. I can use that over and over and over again. So instead of having to have multiple plants, I can have a couple plants of each and just use it through the cut and come again method. Basically just taking off some of the leaves, some of the bottom leaves, eating those while allowing the younger leaves to grow into maturity. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is grow yourself fast-growing things. Radishes is one of my favorite fast-growing vegetables. I actually don't have any in my garden right now because I just pulled them all and we just roasted a bunch of them with some green beans. But they grow within like 20 days. So you can have food over and over and over again every 20 days. So tip number 4, grow something that will grow pretty fast. Tip number 5 is a special tip for me because it's something that I love to do during the holidays. Grow something that you can't get at a grocery store. I grow a lot of heirloom vegetables, different kind of green beans that are different colors, different carrots that are different colors, squash that are different shapes, all different types of things that are heirloom vegetables that you can't get at a grocery store. It is a perfect conversational piece because you get to tell people the story behind it, different things that people don't know about those vegetables that would be really, really cool. And also you get to try something new. So it's kind of like giving your taste buds just a little crazy piece of heaven every time you go to your garden. So that's tip number 5, grow something you can't buy. And for a bonus tip, put little trinkets in your garden because they will make your garden a happy place for you to want to be in. Like that little bee house right there makes me so happy. I've only gotten one bee that's looked at it, but the fact that it's looked at it and I got to see the bee sitting on the house, it just brought me a little sense of joy. So make your garden an enjoyable space. So until next time, grow you guys a victory garden, even if you have a small space, because a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye guys.